Swift, did you bring your coffee?
I brought my coffee today.
Well, here's the thing, KaNukei. I don't drink coffee. So,
That's why you spill it, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I
it's my
get my
coffee.
cup and I make sure it's really hot. And I always make sure there's like, I don't know, like my like a very close family member like on my right side. And I purposely like, oh
goodness.
Oh goodness.
Oh my.
Okay, can we do our punch sync now?
Yeah. Okay, are you guys ready to punch your microphones?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
On go, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Awesome.
punched my
That's great.
microphone.
That's great. No one missed their punch, right?
I hit.
It was on go, right?
I crit my microphone. Yeah.
A jumping crit.
Yep.
I P-critted mine.
Uh-huh.
You're like critting you back.
I peed on it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Anyways, welcome back to another episode of The Coffee Spill. This is episode 2. We made it past episode 1. So we made it.
I can't believe it. It's truly been an honor.
This is the most consistent I've ever been in months. It's crazy. Well, really, I mean, it's also been the most consistent KaNukei's been in months too. Isn't that right?
Yes. Yes. I haven't uploaded in such a long time. It's so bad.
Yikes. Well, our first guest for our second episode ever. His name is KaNukei. He's a Minecraft guy.
I am.
He creates videos, streams, events. I know him as like a Minecraft event player, but you can. What do you do? What do you do, man?
That's actually really surprising because like I wasn't an event player until Crown Quest, and Crown Quest is still like the only known event that I've played in. Up until then, a lot of my views and a lot of my subscribers came from Minecraft Civilization events. I would play in those. I would make videos on like what my experience is, what my point of view in that event was like, and then those would like pop off after the main video on the event was released. So that's where like a good 6,000 of my subscribers are from. That's where a good like 500,000 views on my channel are from, is just from those events.
Do you ever think about doing that again?
Yeah, I'm actually in an event right now. I don't know when this podcast is getting released, but I'm in an event right now.
This Friday is what we aim for, at least.
Yeah.
So it still won't be over by then, but once the event's over, I'm going to make a video on this event that I'm currently in. As long as I can make a good story out of it. It's always about whether or not a good story comes out of the event. But I think this one's going to be pretty good. And I'm going to be making another video on this, but I might wait to release it until the main guy who's running the event releases his videos.
Does he have any like roles on that? Like, is that a role that he does?
No, I'm like, there are a lot of creators who are like, okay, you can't release your POV until my video is released, or don't record your POV, or actually not a lot of people are like, don't record your POV. But there are a few creators who will be like, don't release it until I've released my video. The guy who's running this event, his name is Ish13C.
Yeah.
He's not like that. He's good if you release it whenever. Nobody's surpassed his videos in terms of views, no matter when they've released it. So like, I don't think he has anything to worry about.
You could be the first. You could be the first.
Yeah.
Well, I've released videos before his videos before, and like they only got up to like 20,000 views until he released his, and then that's when they started to pick up. So
you think it would be smarter to release the videos like after he publishes his?
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is based off of the last event he did, where a lot of people like made their own videos. They basically did what I did, but from their perspectives. And it seems like the best time to post it is like very soon after he releases his. I might do mine like a day or two before, just so that it can start getting out to the algorithm and it can start getting out to like all my subscribers who know me for that content, and it will start boosting me. And then when his video releases, mine will be the first to be recommended because it's been doing so well like in the 2 days before that.
Oh yeah. You're gonna dominate YouTube. It's just gonna happen.
It's all in the analytics and timing, and
That's why I have a hard time. But like I had this long issue of posting. I always have to make sure it's like the perfect video whenever I post it. But now lately I've gotten over that problem, and I could just post, like, I can post lower quality videos that aren't perfect, but they're still main channel worthy.
yeah.
That jigsaw video I uploaded, that was like Mr. Wide quality for the longest time in my head. But then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna post them on the main channel. Then
Okay.
it did pretty normal.
Yeah, I think it's really important as a YouTuber to sort of like strike the balance between consistency and quality, because I used to do consistency. I used to be like, okay, I have to upload a video like every week, and like they did all right, but like nothing was ever really breaking like 200 views, not often anyway. And then I switched to quality, and the views I started getting like over 1,000, and I'm like, damn, that's kind of cool. Like, but then I had like one quality video. It was I tried to do a Pixelmon Nuzlocke, and I put a lot of effort into making that like a high quality video, and it just kind of flopped. And
oh, tragic.
I just don't think I had the audience for it. So
Yeah.
I think it really is just finding a balance between quality and quantity.
There's definitely a formula.
I don't know if there's a formula. I think it depends on each individual creator and like what they're comfortable doing, what their skill set is, like
I will say, like, there's a formula, but there's a formula for your specific audience and what
That's
you're
fair.
trying to
yeah.
the specific people you're trying to get to be your viewers, your audience.
Yeah, it's about finding their rhythm and giving them what they want the most.
Swift, what do you have to say?
Absolutely.
You've been quiet.
Sorry, my dog's been kind of going off, so I have been muted for part of this. Yeah.
You should crit him out.
Oh, you're right. Crit dogs, dude. Crit dogs. Well,
okay, so KaNukei, I have to say, so we have a have a Google Docs, just a list of like a variety of topics, and I had crit dogs on there at one point, and I just deleted it.
Do not crit dogs.
Well,
I'm gonna edit it to where you say, "Please do crit dogs."
Please do,
and you can't do nothing about it.
I just remember the one time you told me to crit my dog, and because he was getting into my hot chocolate, and like he can't be drinking that because it's chocolate and he's a dog, so I had to like throw him off because I was also like mid PvP fight, and I felt so bad about it afterwards.
Oh my
goodness. Gamer do? The poor guy. I mean,
the gamer life.
He doesn't need coffee though. How is Gamer?
Gamer's good. Who's
Gamer?
Gamer is my dog.
Wait, no. That's not his actual name, is it?
No, it's his online name.
Okay.
Yeah,
because like my family couldn't decide on a name for a long time, so like I needed a way to introduce him to like viewers and stuff, because he was really little. He was a really little puppy, so he would just be chilling on my lap when we first got him, and I'd be playing games, and like he'd be sitting next to me, and he'd like whine sometimes, and my viewers would be like, "Oh, who's that?" And I'd be like, "Oh, that's," and I had to come up with a name, so I'm like, I was in the habit of calling everybody gamers at that time.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, that's Gamer."
That's Gamer. That's awesome. What games would he play if he was, a gamer?
Is Pee on Everything Simulator out yet?
No, not yet. I'm still working on it.
Okay.
As you can see, I tested it out whenever we
with your
I
mic.
critted my mic.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways.
Anyway.
On to the next topic. I'm really curious on this question. KaNukei is definitely, like, whenever I join Crown Quest, I like to just observe everyone's like usernames, like on their channels and everything. And yours is definitely more interesting than others for me personally. How did you come up with the name KaNukei?
So,
You gamer.
This is actually a question I really like talking about. So back when I was like 16 or something, I was trying to like consolidate all my online names into like one brand name because I still had in like the back of my head that I wanted to do content at some point, even though like I wasn't actively doing it.
Yeah.
So I wanted like one brand name, and I want something that like really represented me, but still sounded cool. But like that would still sound cool in like 5 years from now. I wouldn't look
A
back and be like,
nuke.
"Oh, XX Assassin Ninja 7," you know. So so I thought about it for a little bit, and I wanted it to be something that was personal to me. And this is kind of a trend with my family that they have a really hard time naming things. So I did not have like, they were not settled on my legal given name when they first gave it to me. So I had a
Really?
lot of nicknames for like the first year of my life.
You couldn't change your IRL username.
No, yeah, I couldn't change my IRL username. But they weren't completely sold on it. They ended up sticking with it because they did like it, but they used a lot of nicknames for like the first year. And a lot of the nicknames stemmed from like baby speak. So like
Yeah.
it started off, I think, with like Nana Nucci or something like that, and over time that just kind of morphed into like KaNukei and then KaNukei. And so like looking back on it, so when I'm like all those years later when I'm trying to decide on a name, I remember KaNukei because they'll still call me that nickname sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I'm like thinking about it, and I'm thinking about like how I can stylize it, and it's got like, and I was like, oh, it's got the word nuke in it. That's kind of cool. So I I thought, okay, this is something that I can go with for a brand name. So I set it to KaNukei, stylized between a bunch of different things. I really liked the Kingdom Hearts games growing up, so there's a lot of like Japanese influence going into what I think is cool. I liked Bionicle when I was younger, so that kind of plays into like the capitalization of the name. And all that sort of like mushed together to create KaNukei.
That's definitely one of the more original creative processes of coming up with a name. Because I know for me, my first online name, whenever I played with my friends and stuff online, it was the Video Gamer 21.
Yeah.
What a guy, dude. I play Fortnite with that guy sometimes.
I would watch that.
Cool.
I would watch the Video Gamer 21.
Okay. Yeah, we don't. He's gone. He never needs to be brought up again. He's retired. For sure. The Video Gamer.
Well, if we're talking about it, my first username that like I came up with, it was on my Xbox 360, right? And Space Ninja 90. That's what it was.
Space Ninja 90?
Yep.
That sounds like a slash disguise name on MCC Island.
I had that going for a while too. Like
that is literally the name that I gave for like for the example of what I wanted to not do.
Hey, I came up with that when I was like, I don't know, maybe 10, around that range.
It's the classic like prepubescent, like, you know, that you know, like how everyone like creates their like Clash of Clans name.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and that's like most gamers like origins of their usernames.
Mm-hmm. And I had another one because I was like, well, Space Ninja 90, you know, I'm kind of growing out of this, so I'm gonna try something new. And I was in 8th grade when I came up with this name, right?
Okay.
I used word generators, like verbs and nouns, until I got what I wanted. And I came up with Your Average Salad. And I had that going for a while. But then eventually, I think it was around 2018, I finally decided, you know what? We got to be real about this. And I was talking to my friend about it, and he's like, what about NotTooSwift? And that was that. Here I am, in the flesh.
Salad.
5 years. No, way more than 5 years later. 5 years later.
It's been a long time coming. But I'm happy with it. I think it's got a nice ring to it, and I don't ever plan on changing it.
Not too swift. Not too shabby.
Yeah. And while we're talking about origins, I kind of want to go to a new topic. Now I have this on the list. And I kind of wanted to talk about how me and KaNukei met because we've known each other.
Okay.
What year? Do you remember what year we met, KaNukei?
Yeah, I want to say it was like 2021.
Jeez, man.
That's like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was a time. So it all started, right? Okay, I'm gonna get to KaNukei, but in order to get to KaNukei, I have to start somewhere
We
else.
need backstory.
Right. So I was on this SMP. It's called the Boss Ladies SMP, and I found it because me and my friends we ditched this other SMP we got into because it was just kind of lame. We didn't really like it, so we made our own called the Boss Ladies SMP. And through that, I met this guy named Tasty Moist Bagel because I played in one of his events because one of my friends from that SMP was friends with him, and he made an event called Total Drama Minecraft. I actually won that, but then I became friends with this bagel guy. And then he hosted this thing called the Fun Sphere. And dude, this thing is crazy. So it's a Minecraft event. But like, there's, originally it was supposed to be only 12 participants, but they upped it to 16 because of KaNukei. Because, KaNukei was in a group of people, like in this finalist to get into the real finalists, I guess. And everybody was getting along super nice. And Bagel, he just really liked all of them. So he put all of them in.
Yeah, I didn't even win. Bagel just liked my personality and wanted me in the finale.
That's awesome.
I met KaNukei when he got into the finale, but we didn't really like talk. Until the actual finale. And he arguably won that. I won't talk about it, but he arguably won it, you could say.
There's some controversy surrounding that.
But I won't say anything. I mean, unless you want to, go right ahead. But
I feel like we have to now, you know? Like,
okay, well
how does the server work? How does that event work?
It's not like a server. It's like a bunch of mini games.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you win the mini game, you have this immunity, right?
Yeah.
And you get to vote somebody out, and everybody is associated with a color.
Almost.
It's Survivor.
Almost.
Oh, and like if you get voted out, you can do like a challenge. You sometimes to like stay in if you pass
Survivor Redemption Island.
Yeah.
So I was voted out one time, and it was a finish the lyrics challenge, and it was
Fallen Kingdom.
It was Fallen Kingdom.
Oh,
and I did not know the second verse to Fallen Kingdom. So I had to like look it up during the event, which was never like explicitly outside of the rules. But like you kind of can tell that it's not something that like you're supposed to do.
And yet you did it.
And yet I did it. Not because like I wanted to like cheat anybody out of the grand prize, but just because like at the time I was planning to make a video off of the event, and I thought it would just be a really lame ending to the video if I just got voted out midway through. And I thought it'd be way funnier if I managed to like stay in, even if it was like a little legit.
And you never made that video.
I looked up, I never made the video. But I looked up the lyrics. I sang the lyrics. I did not sing them like in tune to how the song was. So I don't know how I didn't get caught there, but they pushed me, they kept me in, and I think I got voted out one other time, and I had to look up the lyrics or the answer for that too. And but I made it past everything else, and I got to the finale, the final duel. I won the final duel, and like right before the final duel, I messaged Bagel and I was like, "Hey, just letting you know, I did look up the lyrics to like."
Oh yeah,
because like I'm not gonna like, you know. Like I said, it was for a video. I didn't want to actually like cheat anybody out of anything.
It was for the content. For the content.
So that started a whole like controversy. There was a whole controversy started around that, and it ended up with, you know, basically I was like, okay, I concede. Just give the grand prize to the runner up.
Ah, okay.
And that's what happened.
It's funny that you bring that up, because the next question I have on our document here is, are you able to Do you still remember the second verse to Fallen Kingdom right now?
No.
Uh,
No
Dang. I almost got it.
you should have been prepared for that, dude. Like,
shot.
it's been a long time coming. I made this whole podcast. I made friends with WubDub. I joined Crown Quest just for this very moment.
If
I
I
had
had
it
a
all
nickel
planned out.
for every time somebody asked me to sing the second verse to Fallen Kingdom, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
What a time, dude. That was a great time.
I want everyone who views this video, remind KaNukei in his next upload in the comments. Like, ask him what the second verse is.
Just do me a favor. I'm not going to remember it. Just paste the second verse to Fallen Kingdom in the comments for me.
Yeah, he needs it.
I think that'll be much better for helping me remember. And it'll also be really funny to anybody who doesn't know about that.
But so I met KaNukei from that event, but we didn't really become friends from it. You know, we were acquaintances, I'd say.
Yeah, we knew each other, and I was looking for other content creators to like network with at the time.
And then bam, here comes Deadly Disasters Season 1, my own personal event. KaNukei applies, a few other people apply, but KaNukei is basically the only person online. And we just have a lot of time to spend with each other because it's a 100-day event.
What?
Yeah,
Explain it
it's like-
more to those who don't really know.
About like what the event is?
Yeah.
It's 33 and a half IRL hours.
Yeah, that's a very long time. But I obviously in multiple sessions. I think there were about 7 for the first season and the second one, I believe. But
Probably.
it's like, so it's 100 days long, and there's 4 different regions. And in each region, it's like a team of a set amount of players. And there's like a theme to the region, and that theme correlates with the region's temple. And basically on day, I think it's on day 40 it was for season 2. There's walls separating every region, but on day 40, half of them dropped.
Oh.
And then on day 50, all of them dropped. So you can interact with everybody. There's a big temple in the middle of the map, and a lot of crazy stuff happened. It was a pretty cool event.
That sounds awesome.
It was
Yeah, it was
a pretty
fun.
great time.
I would
don't
go
actually-
back
was there a
in
temple at
time
the middle?
just to participate.
during
During-
the first event?
No, not during the first one.
Yeah.
But
during the
I
second
like
one,
talking
yeah.
about the second one because the second one was way better, like a million times better than the first one.
The
So,
second one was a lot of fun, but it also helped that we had people besides you, me, and Lucy showing
Yeah.
up.
yeah. Well, we had Geo for parts, but yeah, it was the first one wasn't all that, but I'm glad to see how it's improved.
Who was
That's all
the person who introduced the other to joining Crown Quest?
Me, I introduced
Mhm.
KaNukei because they followed me on Twitter, and I was like, "Hey, this looks really cool." So I sent it to KaNukei, and I was like, "Maybe this is something we could apply to."
Yeah, Swift
And-
DM'd me and was like, "Hey, I applied to this. You should too." And I saw it, and I'm like, somebody just trying to be MCC. Like, this is kind of cringe. I'm not gonna lie, but it's free content. I'll apply. So I did, and the rest is history.
Well, speaking of Crown Quest,
Yeah,
we're all Crown Quest players here.
Mhm.
so me
Um,
and WubDub met.
and lately, KaNukei's been popping off in Crown Quest.
Yeah, 30th and Titans, baby. Pop
Let's
off. Let's
go.
go.
We can
Hey,
ignore that. Hey, I
let's
know
ignore
how
that, let's
30th
ignore that.
feels. I know how it feels. All right, we all have that one bad event.
Yeah, if I'm gonna have a bad
KaNukei-
event, I wish it wasn't in Titans, but I understand it being in Titans.
At least it's non-canon. At least.
True.
KaNukei, explain Crown Quest now.
Crown Quest is an event with 40 individual Minecraft players heading in teams of 4 to duke it out in a series of mini games.
Are you reading something?
No,
This
I'm not.
feels
This
like
is
a
straight off
copy
the head.
paste. Oh,
Um,
keep going.
To
Keep
duke
going.
it out, they earn coins in these mini games where they can buy equipment for the final Coliseum, a PvP free-for-all where all 10 teams will go up against each other, and the last one standing wins the whole event.
So basically, a better version of MCC.
Yeah,
That's what
basically a
I'm
better
hearing.
version of MCC. True.
Yeah. But how many Crown Quest events have you been in?
Every single one except for 3.
Wait,
That was
really?
the first one I
Mhm.
won too. KaNukei wasn't there when I won. Now
Yeah.
all I'm saying, KaNukei wasn't there when I won my first time, and
Okay.
I'm technically not playing this time around because I'm a commentator.
Oh,
So you
true.
know,
Oh.
and something I've also noticed both times I've won, one person on our team has really bad weather the night before, so that's already a coincidence to me winning. And then we have that other thing. I think this might be KaNukei's big break, dude.
This could be it. This could be it.
I
I
think
looking at the roster, I could see KaNukei getting like first in div. No lie.
I think it's possible. It'll be difficult,
That'd be
but
crazy.
I could see it happening.
I
mean, you
I
got
could
second
definitely see it.
in Crown Quest 6 and you weren't even that far off from first.
I don't know. There's two really good Indiv players in this event. Those being Dolphin Man and Toph. Toph is like crazy. Toph goes like top 3 in like Mayhem and like other events. Like
I did see Toph's parkour
good
time.
player. Yeah. They
Absolutely
beat Dolphin Man's
crazy.
parkour time on the practice server. Like,
Yeah,
they're crazy good.
it's absolutely insane. But yeah, you've been doing really well recently. And there's also a lot of tier lists going around, right? there's always Crown Quest tier
There's
lists.
always the tier list drama.
Where
tier
would
list
you
drama.
consider yourself?
And
Oh.
don't say anything else other than S tier. All right, go.
Honestly, I would put myself at the top of A tier. I don't think I'm S tier. I think an S tier is able to like carry their team if there is not another S tier on the team, and I think it's been proven that I can't do that. Maybe it'll be different with 7 because I think I'm with like 2 other A tiers and a B tier, which is still a really strong team. But
Personally, I see you as an S tier, like the bottom of
Aw.
S. I think you're at the bottom, but I think you're there.
any
I really
placement
think-
with the S is a compliment.
You've just done so well individually. And the only time you've done bad was when you had almost no time to practice and you were subbed in. That's the only time you've done bad in an event. So I really think, I guess,
Except for like the first 3 Crown Quests after one, I was like a mid 20s player.
It proves that you are getting dramatically better with each one. You know,
I do agree that I've gotten better. I am proud of that.
I miss the
are-
days when I was better than KaNukei.
there are like only like a handful of crown questers that dramatically get better with each event. I mean, I feel like everyone does, but there are those who like. I consider myself one.
You definitely are. Like from your performance in 3 to your performance in Titans, just like massive improvement.
Nearly
It's
100
crazy.
coin difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do consider, I see KaNukei like being like the top of that list of being better and better and better each time in a canon
think-
event.
I'm the opposite.
Uh-oh.
Because, no,
I'm stealing your skill. Oh no.
I'm always like, I always average in the teens, and my best placement was top 10. But then Crown Quest 6 came and I got 30th. You know, I'm kind of falling off, but that's okay because I've got something cooking up during December, and it's going to be pretty crazy. So maybe during Pantheon, Crown Quest Pantheon, we'll turn that around.
I'm very excited for your Pantheon team. Have you leaked that to the general public yet?
No, I have not.
No one knows.
Okay.
KaNukei knows.
I know.
KaNukei knows. No one knows.
I want it to be a surprise.
Me too. I'm not
So,
saying a word.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything just yet, but
That would be
You guys should
that's
keep
actually
an eye
going to
out.
be a really fun video announcement if you don't like tell people who it is and they find out during the video.
right?
Like a Super Smash Bros character release.
Dude, I'm
gonna be
gonna
cool.
be excited for like the watch parties for the application videos.
I'm so excited to do those.
That's
like
that's gonna be such a fun
Yeah,
time
it's
because I'm gonna be
free
enjoying it.
stream content. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. It'll be, I mean, Randy was right. It's like MCC Rising, but you know, Crown Quest.
I can't
Better.
wait for the tier lists for the applications and all the salt that will come from that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Who or not? Sorry, not who. What would you guys say? And we'll go one at a time. Is your favorite Crown Quest game, including benched games, any version of any game? So you could, like, for example, Crown Quest 2 Conquest, or like Crown Quest 3 Conquest, any version of any game. Let's hear it.
Well, I didn't want to say first. We are getting dangerously close to being a side quest podcast right now.
It's okay. This is one episode.
Yeah, it's fine. We're better. Yeah, I do say I'm gonna have to say Tectonic. Nope.
No? Because you have a lot of fun in Tectonic.
I mean, it also gives me like 5 heart attacks at the same time each time. It's either Tectonic or Icarus.
Icarus is a very hot one right now. I at the risk of sounding basic, I would agree. I think Icarus is my favorite right now.
I think it's tied for my first. So I'm going to do a little explaining. Icarus, for those of you who are unaware, it's a PvP like survival games, but it's in the sky, and you have elytras, a few fireworks, and you can get better loot by looking around the map. Each kill is a certain amount of coins, but you also get survival coins. And you also have a Riptide Trident, because there's a bit of water on some places.
Lots of
so you
sky
don't have
battles.
to use your rockets for everything.
Yeah. I really like Icarus. I think it's tied for first. My other game that is tied for first is Gauntlet, because it's so like team based, and I just love that aspect of it. It's
Gauntlet
the
is
team
really
game.
Fun. There's a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth from Gauntlet, just from the expert parkours on the that I've had to do in the last 2 events.
The Neos.
The ladder Neos. The Neos were fine. But like having to I don't know, just like break your spine to grab those ladders in those events was disgusting.
That first jump around, like the first ladder Neo, is that a ladder Neo? Would that be counted as one?
I don't think it'd be a ladder Neo. I think it's just like a
that 180 ladder crap. That I couldn't do that jump. I could do every other jump consistently, just not that one.
I could never do expert difficulty. I've always done hard. The first ever time I did easy, but because I wasn't good at parkour and all that stuff. But every other time I've done hard difficulty, and wow. I don't see myself doing expert. But maybe in Pantheon we'll see.
The Gauntlet is so annoying to me because like me and my team will especially the last 2 times, we would cook through like the all the obstacles. We would get to the parkour. We would be like the first team to get to the parkour, and then it would just be the final expert parkour that would slow us down.
Happens to the best of us. At least you weren't Diamond Dolphins during Crown Quest Titans.
Ooh, R.I.P. Diamond Dolphins.
At least you weren't them.
Well,
they took 10 minutes on expert, I believe.
Yikes!
I think I've done expert 3 times, I think now, and the first 2 times I did it somewhat pretty fast, both parkour and obstacle level thing. But for Titans, I may have slacked for like an extra 1 minute or 2 minutes in the final parkour, so I feel kind of bad for that.
I made mine on the second try, but I also rebuilt mine, so. Just because I didn't want a repeat of Crown Quest 6. That's the only reason why I did that.
I probably would have rebuilt mine in practice, but they made it harder by changing the expert and not telling us how they were going to change it in the non-canon event. Because they were like, oh, we're going to make it easier. And then they proceeded to not make it that much easier for Titans.
It was slightly harder in my opinion.
It was slightly harder.
It looked like it.
Because that angle was a tighter angle.
It was a much tighter angle, and the ladders cut each other off. I don't know.
Yeah. Insane.
Absolutely.
Okay, enough about Crown Quest.
Yeah.
Talked about that too much. Swift. So do you have any ghost stories or any like supernatural experiences of any kind?
Huh.
Wait,
Let
did
me
I say
cook
Swift's
here.
name? I
Yeah, you
Yes.
did. I was
I
a
meant
bit
KaNukei.
confused,
I
but
meant
I'll
KaNukei.
answer anyway.
What? Okay. Yeah.
No, I think ghosts are afraid of me, so they sort of like steer clear. I've never had like a paranormal experience.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
nothing like nothing strange you've seen, nothing that made you like think, what was that or something?
Nope.
Maybe it was
There,
all gamer.
I know one really scary experience that I had. I was going to Chicago one time to like meet up with this guy I had met online, right? And he was really scary. Like I
Yeah.
met him and he
Uh-huh.
was just like terrorizing me the whole time.
No,
He was
that's so
calling
true.
me names.
Actually, now that you mention it, something similar happened where like it was Chicago for me too. I was going there and I saw
Chicago.
this like very, very pale, very skinny like man just like watching me like all day. It was kind of crazy.
What did his hair look like? Was it nice?
It was like kind of longish. It was up, sort of like half up, half down.
I feel like I know where this is going.
I'll admit, it was pretty good hair.
Yeah, it's even longer now. Pretty handsome guy. I've heard. But yeah, I don't really have any scary experiences. Do you, WubDub?
I have a few, not directly at like I didn't directly experience them myself, but I've had some stories from close family members. But I do have one where I had sleep paralysis, or I almost had one. Like twice. First one I escaped it through sheer willpower, but the second one I wasn't so lucky. um okay, I'll tell you about the second one. So
There's gamer.
This vibe got really creepy. Cue the creepy music. Thanks, editor Wub.
That was pretty creepy.
Okay, here we go. So this was last year. I recently moved. I just did not want to sleep at all. It was that time of my life. So there'd be like a period where I would just fall asleep randomly. Like throughout the day, every time like I laid down or whatever. And it was during the night. I walked into a room and I laid down, and half a second later I was just unconscious. And I don't know if you guys know, like, heard any other sleep paralysis stories, but oftentimes they feature this huge, like, demonic shadowy figure in the corner of their eye or something. That happened to me. And so I was aware that I was sleeping, right? Like it was a weird self-conscious like astral projection state I was in. And in the corner of the room, I saw this very tall, very skinny, dark shadow that looked like a man. And I started freaking out. I was panicking. I was screaming on the inside, but nothing was coming out.
No, yeah, that was me. My bad.
Yeah. So KaNukei, right? He, whenever I saw him in the corner of my room, he got into a crouch position and like started walking towards me. And he looked like he was about to like start sprinting, and that's when I was like, oh crap. I just started screaming at the top of my lungs in my head, but nothing really came out. Eventually I woke up and I shrugged it off, walked inside to my aunt, and she's like, ah! Yeah.
Wow, that's don't forget when you go to bed, that's why you should always keep an ender pearl on hand. Because you never know.
Or a
man.
boogie bomb.
It sounds like you were visited by an Enderman. Like Loki, tall, shadowy figure. That's an Enderman.
I pack a boogie bomb or an ender pearl next time, like Swift said. throw it on that shadowy demonic figure, and it'll turn from sleep paralysis to just an awesome time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dancing with your sleep paralysis demon. That would be kind of hype, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
That'd be kind of hype. We could stream that.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. KaNukei, I just stay up for as long as you can.
Okay.
Swift, got any more topics, buddy?
Not off of the top of my head, but I wanted to ask KaNukei if he had anything he would like to bring up, or anything that we've talked about that he wanted to add on to.
That's a good question. I know that WubDub and I have kind of been talking about like YouTube stuff a little bit at the start of this podcast, and I know that you have a video coming out soon. Is there anything on that you'd like to touch on?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Or what? Okay, because we both do. Well, it won't be out until the middle of January is my expectation. Maybe early to middle January is what I'm going to give a guess to, but it's something that I feel like I need, Not only, I don't want to spoil the topic of this video. It's a Minecraft video. I mean, it's kind of expected, but I don't want to spoil it just yet. I'll post a clip on my Twitter soon, because I know just the clip I'm going to post. It's going to be great. But I'm very excited for it, because I feel like not only is this video, I just think it'll be a nice first video, like a first real video to have on my channel. I'm already learning so much, and I haven't even finished the intro. So using what I learned from this video and seeing how well it does, I'll be able to like learn more about what I should and shouldn't do for my bigger video that's coming out next year. Deadly Disasters. If I ever get around to editing that, we'll see. We'll see.
That's definitely advice I would give to like anybody who's like an aspiring content creator, is to like not expect your first like at least your first 3 videos are probably going to be bad. But that's because you're still learning how to like edit videos and like how to do effects, how to storytell, how to like frame shots, composition, all that stuff. So like the best way to learn all that stuff, at least in my opinion, is by doing.
The mindset that I wanna, because I feel like the best mindset going into, like, if you actually want to become a YouTuber for like full-time career, going into it with like a huge like learning mindset is the best advice that I feel like I can give. Like, watch, like, as you're watching your favorite YouTubers, ask yourself why they're doing everything they're doing. Why this, why that, how? And that's what I do. Every time I watch a YouTube video nowadays, I'm always analyzing it over and over again.
What's one of your favorite videos that you've seen most recently, and something cool that they did?
Oh. So, that's a good question. I watch a lot of YouTube. Let's just say that. I have there's just a lot of things. I will tell you a channel that I've gone back to, and like I've went back and watched like all of their older videos and modern videos to compare and contrast and to see how they edited and everything. So Fortnite's on the rise, right?
Yeah, true.
And along with Fortnite, there's big YouTuber man. His name is C-Day.
What? You know what's crazy? I'm also rewatching his content. Would you believe that?
Yes.
That's crazy, dude.
No, yeah, C-Day is actually so funny to watch.
Like I love, like, I like to make my own style, obviously, or I try to, but I also like to implement like other styles that of other YouTubers I watch. I like to think of my channel as like a mix between like Schlatt, C-Day, Vanos Gaming, freaking Technoblade, just like a huge jumbo pot of like all these YouTubers that I watch.
To be honest, I feel like that's what most YouTubers are, is like they were inspired by some particular part of like their favorite YouTube channels, and all of that comes together to create like an own unique individual brand. I think it's very rare to see someone who's doing something completely original.
Ooh,
That no, you go.
I feel like that raises the question. What kind of inspired you, KaNukei, to start creating content? Like, why did you want to?
Why did I want to?
How did we miss this question?
Whew, okay.
I just came up with it.
How real should I get here? Like, should we get really real, or like just
It's okay
the
if you
light
say my
version?
channel. It's okay if you say my channel.
Yeah. It was
Or mine.
it was WubDub, even though I didn't meet him until like well after Crown Quest 3, which was in like March of this year.
Like a month or two ago. Okay, get real with us, man.
Yeah,
we need the
okay.
real deal.
All right. So for a little bit of backstory, I was homeschooled all 12 years up until college. We had just moved, and this was when I was like 15, I want to say. We had just moved, and I had like no friends, and it was really hard to make friends because, you know, homeschooled, there's not a lot of things for me to do in the area that we moved to.
Yeah.
So it was just really rough. And I had just like a year or so before we had moved, I'd gotten into watching like gaming content, like nobody's probably going to remember this, but No Boom, Parker Games, The Cube, SMP. I started watching a lot of their content. I don't know if you've ever heard of Grape Applesauce.
No.
Okay. Nope.
But I had been watching their content, and like I really enjoyed it. Then, you know, when we moved and I didn't know anybody, a lot of my social interaction became like sort of that parasocial interaction between viewer and creator, you know?
Yeah.
And I think just spending so much time in that area, with like that being my main social circle more or less, was like, hey, I should maybe I should do this. I mean, like I feel like I have a good skill set for that. And then
I feel like it definitely helps if you like, you know, you've grown up watching all these YouTubers and everything, and
yeah.
you just know how it is from the start. You just like you get it.
Yeah. So at first my parents didn't let me. My parents didn't let me for a while. Basically, I had to turn 18 before I actually uploaded my first video. And then when I did that, I also saw content creation as a way to like, you know, like legitimize like playing games going forward, because like as I'm growing up, it's like, you know, is this really something that I can like devote like a good portion of my time to, when there's like so many other things that I could also be doing with this time? And so content creation, like not only is it like a possible source of like monetization, but then also like there's just like a lot of people that it touches in the same way that it sort of touched me when I was younger, when I was like lonely and didn't really have anybody to interact with. Those creators were there for me, and I am sort of able to do that and give back to like people who are feeling like a little bit ostracized. So all of that sort of mixed together, and that's why I keep doing content creation.
Nice. What a beautiful answer.
I'm so touched.
I'm crying.
I can tell. What about you guys? I'm a little bit curious. How did you guys get into content creation?
Mine isn't that deep.
I can tell a Swift story.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
He accidentally pressed the stream button, and he said, "Well, I'll just keep going."
Oops.
I won't stop now.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it.
Never looked back.
I just really liked watching Minecraft creators when I was younger. Dan TDM, you know, he was probably my biggest.
The
one I watched the
classic.
most. But
The classic.
he was the one. He was the childhood one for me, because everybody, you know, they have their Stampy or their whatever. That was mine. And I watched him so much, and he got me like to get Java edition Minecraft, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should try this, and I did. I also screen recorded with my phone me standing up on the other side of my room playing on my Xbox 360 playing Minecraft.
Dude, I can't. Dude, I feel like every YouTuber our age that's into gaming like us, that every single person has done that before. I've done that.
Yep.
I've recorded my 2DS screen while holding my phone like 12 inches above it. Like, it's,
Oh, you
I can
should see the
proudly
angle.
say I've never done that.
what?
I've never done that.
Unfortunate.
But then again, I did get into like content when I was like really old, so I was able to like look up, oh, how do I
That's
actually
true.
like how do I actually like
Yeah.
make this video? How do I actually
Mhm.
like record my screen in a way that doesn't look like I'm a 12-year-old trying to like
Well, that's
be a YouTuber?
exactly what I was. I was a 12-year-old who was trying to be that guy.
I miss the Bandicam and the Fraps days. Video recordings. I used to use those.
It would be so funny if somebody did their Crown Quest Pantheon app with Bandicam
Oh my gosh.
with like the logo on top and
Oh
everything.
my gosh.
Dude, you take it one step further, like have their phone record it. Dude, that's an idea. That's an idea.
We'll see. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
for like a charity event or something. Just stream on the phone.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, dude. Hearing all the keyboard noises and everything.
That would be horrible.
For my answer, I don't think I answered. What inspired me? I started watching YouTube whenever back in like 2012 or 2013 is whenever I consistently started, like I got hooked on it.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember the very first video I've ever watched, in like where I watched it in. I was in the car, passenger seat, and I wasn't doing anything. I was probably drawing or something or reading, and my dad handed me his phone, and he just put on like he just looked up like Minecraft or something, 'cause that's what I was playing. And behold, Sky does Minecraft. He was the first channel I've ever gotten like who I consistently watched, and Stampy Longhead from there, Exploding TNT from there,
Oh,
Peanut Butter
man.
Gamer from there, Game Theory, like it all like just spiraled.
I know Sky Does Minecraft got into like a little bit of trouble recently-ish, but like
he always does.
He's always
old
been in trouble.
content was like pretty funny for like the time and the age. Like I remember watching it, and I remember getting like a pretty good laugh of it back when I was like 15 or 16.
Yeah,
That's how I learned my swear words.
Whoa.
Dude, I was watching a Sky Does Minecraft video with one of my friends at their house. Their parents were not at home, thankfully, and he paused the video and went to go make some macaroni and cheese. And I said, "Bro, like, F you."
Oh my god.
I was like, I didn't know what that meant. Like, I was
That's
like,
so funny.
haha, funny word. I'm gonna say it to his face. And he was like, dude, you just swear at me. I'm like, what? I'm confused. Like, is that bad? Yeah.
I think that's a really good example of one of the reasons why I try not to swear on my channel, because like there's such a wide range of people who watch, especially Minecraft content. There's such a wide age range that like I don't want to be the channel that a kid has to feel guilty about watching because I swear in it.
Yeah.
Because I remember that would happen to me. I'd be like watching a video and I'd be like, oh, my parents would like not appreciate the swear words coming out of this guy's mouth. And I would feel so bad about it. And I always appreciated it whenever a creator didn't swear. So I tried going into it to not be a creator that swears. And of course, there's only so much you can control when you're like collaborating with other people, but like I can control what I say. So
okay, we're reaching to the end of this. I do have one more very special question from the WubDub lore. For any WubDub viewers out there, you're gonna love this. Okay, so you know silverware, right?
I know what?
You know silverware, right?
Superware? No, I don't think so. Silverware?
Yeah.
Yeah, silverware. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knife.
Yeah, spoon.
Spoon. Spork.
Mhm.
In rare
No,
cases.
no, don't. No, no sporks. No sporks. Are you, listen carefully. You can interpret this to however you want. There's no like specific guidelines to this. There's only two sides. Are you on team fork or team spoon?
I have to go with Team Spoon.
Yes.
Why?
I'm also
'Cause,
a
like,
team spoon.
You could probably eat more stuff with a fork, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like
We're
the
getting
quality,
we're getting like philosophical with this
the
one.
quality of things you can eat with a spoon is just so much higher, in my opinion.
What?
Applesauce.
You can eat cereal, you can eat like soup, you can eat ice cream, you can eat like like
okay,
cake you typically
okay.
eat with a fork, but you could eat it with a spoon. Like those aren't mutually exclusive. But yeah, cereal is like 80% of my diet at some points in my life. So I'm Team Spoon.
So Spoon has Spoon was he's been there for you.
Spoon has a special place in my heart.
What about you, Swift? Why?
I think spoons are cooler, dude. Like, you know, they're put together. Well, you have these forks, they're all separated and angry, and they're like, they have all the prongs. But a spoon is just all together, nice and compact. And
Plus,
I also really like the point KaNukei made with the foods just being better.
Well, I have been in this long fought war for this question. I've asked many other YouTubers this. I am personally Team Fork, all right? And hear me out. Killing. You can kill so much easier with the fork than a spoon.
maybe if you're a weakling.
That's all I'm saying. Maybe
the spoon is a blunt force weapon.
the fork can stab.
Yeah, like KaNukei said, if you're weak.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see you say that to my face after I
stab me with the fork.
After I spoon, after I spoon you, buddy. Wait.
I do want to.
I didn't realize what I was saying.
I do also want to point out that a comically large spoon is a very funny thing. A comically large fork is just a trident. It's just a pitchfork. Like, there's nothing funny about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you enlarge a fork and put Riptide on it, you can go far. You can go far in life.
That's true.
Ooh.
Well,
wait, let me cook this really quick, right?
Okay, yeah.
That gave me an idea. Really quick, before we end, I have a question for everybody here, including, comment this too, for all you listeners. What enchantment, if you could enchant any part of you, what would you enchant and what enchant would it be? Let's go.
Riptide.
Where?
My fist.
I feel like your feet would be better.
No.
Then you could get around.
I swing.
But then
I swing like Donkey Kong. I have it wet.
You're
I
right.
launch.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
But I can't do it too high. All right. I just platter.
That's why you need feather falling on your feet.
Yep.
Well, I could only have one enchantment though, so it's a risk I'm willing to pay.
Question: what effect do enchantments have on like your brain?
Ugh.
So like, what's
sharpness gives you fast reflexes. Or maybe it just makes your head turn into Phineas.
Because I'm low-key thinking that I'd like to like enchant my brain with like mending or unbreaking or something. I feel like that'd be really useful to have. Yeah, imagine your like mind doesn't like deteriorate with age, and you're just like,
I mean,
You're just able to like keep a young mind forever.
I guess, but like that's not gonna like overcome your physical attributes.
Yeah, but like there's no enchantment that's really going to overcome your physical attributes unless you like enchant your entire body with mending. But I feel like that's off of the table.
Oh my gosh.
I
feel like
personally-
you need that KaNukei with how old you're getting.
It's true.
Grandpa.
Getting up there.
My lower back kind of hurts when I play games for too long.
Mm.
Oh man. My answer to this question: punch 2 on one of my hands. Any one of them, I don't care. Because
knockback or punch?
They're basically the same thing, right? But I feel like punch just it flings you back further than knockback.
Punch
right?
only works if you throw something at somebody. I think.
Okay, so maybe we'll go knockback then.
Knockback.
Because sure, like sharpness or like power is cool because it hits more, but it's so funny just to fling someone away. Like if I don't want to talk to you, just get out of here, little bro.
Then shove them halfway across the street,
right?
Okay, I feel like you would like fire aspect on your hands, though.
Oh my god!
I'm not really a violent person.
Imagine slapping a chicken and like it automatically cooks into chicken nuggets.
I could make a business out of that.
Yeah, you could. You would be able to cook so easily just
Let
from
me cook.
slapping your food hard enough.
That's
you have to come up with a catchphrase as you slap it too. Like,
let's cook.
Let's cook. That's intimidating. I don't want to go near you. I do not want to dap you up.
Oh wow!
You dap someone up, they just spontaneously compose.
That was a good one. But I think it's time we
Oh wait, one last thing. I could also go with Swift Sneak.
That's me.
So I can just crouch and like roleplay what KaNukei was doing in my sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah.
And just like creep people out, just like sprint at full speed while crouching.
That would be funny.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, KaNukei, that is it for today. Do you have? Would you like to shout out anything?
Yeah. I actually want to leak an upcoming event that I'm planning on hosting.
Oh, okay.
It is a Minecraft Civilization event, much like the ones that have done very well on my channel. But the thing is that it's going to be using the Cobblemon mod.
What's
and
that?
I still have a lot of work to figure out. It adds Pokemon to Minecraft.
Ah, okay.
So there's still a lot of technical stuff that I need to figure out. I'm hoping to have it ready to go by mid to late December. And I definitely want to run it before winter break ends.
Yeah.
But I am working on that. I'm working on the coding stuff behind that. I need to get in touch with some of my team for like the people who help me run events and stuff. And I haven't told anybody about this because I don't want anyone to steal the idea. I mean, I've told some people, but I haven't like publicly announced it yet.
Yep.
And so I'm leaking that on your podcast for anybody who's watched all 1 hour and 5 minutes. Stay tuned. That I'm working to get that out within the next month or so. So applications will be out before then.
Nice. Well, that has been another episode of The Coffee Spill. We made it 2 episodes in. I hope we make it a 3rd eventually. It will. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Y'all better subscribe to the TheCoffeeSpill podcast right now, right this second. If you haven't, I see you. I'm gonna appear in the corner of your room like I did for WubDub. And then I'm going to sprint at you, crouching full speed with Snipsy. Yeah.
But yeah, please leave some. If you want us to talk about a specific topic or answer a specific question, there's a Discord link in our description, or you can comment it down below. Anything is cool. That's about it.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye. KaNukei, you say bye.
Thanks for having me, guys. Bye.
Okay.
This is a really weird way to say bye.
I had to
We're
burp.
done.